Today I'm going to be working on the 550-750 swap and hopefully get a bunch of it done. Hi, this is Jason from Jetski Brothers. I'm about to load up the 750-550 swap into Josh's truck and bring it over to his house so I can work on it over there instead of being in the cramped Underdark and only getting to work on it in the nice days of winter. There we go. 750 swap, 550. All loaded up. Easy. I hope I didn't forget something, but seems likely. I am bringing all of my stuff over to Josh's, and it's so close to my parents' house, which is the best. So you can see all the stuff back there still. And don't worry, I'm not filming and driving, although I don't think that's illegal in Washington yet. But this guy is like backing a semi-truck down Josh's like gravel road. So it's pretty cute, and I'm not that thrilled about it. So I'm just sitting here waiting. So I'm trying to think of all the things that I should remember to do before it's too late when I'm building this ski. Pretty much, like one of the things I did when I was building the Wave Blaster 1200 is I forgot to cut out some of the fiberglass underneath the engine, and then I basically got the engine in, and it was so much work that I was just like, I am going to just wedge this up and cut it out with the engine in. It was a huge hassle, but it would have been more of a hassle to actually pull the engine to do it, but it also meant that like the cuts I made weren't that pretty, and I wasn't thrilled about how it went down. So hopefully I can remember to do that stuff before it's too late this time. So if you think of something that you forgot to do when you were building a ski and then you had to do it later, or like go back and redo it all and it totally sucked, you should comment that and also tell me what to not forget when I'm building this. This is the road that they were trying to back a semi-truck down. I mean, no guts, no glory, I guess. Got my ski at Josh's place now, and what a nice place it is. It seems especially nice because the weather is so good for us today. But when it's nasty out, I'm gonna love it all the more. Anyway, I just got this steering cable off eBay, and it wasn't as nasty as it looked in the pictures, which is odd, but wonderful. It got here, and it's got this like black cover on it that was kind of chewed up, and there's like a little nick in it, but in the picture on eBay it looked like it was worse. But I got it because it was pretty cheap, so more Haggard equipment for us. Anyway, I've never put this in before, so I'm going to try it right now, and hopefully it works good. And if you need to know how to put your steering cable in, you could try it like this. Alright, so this is easy if you have your ski all taken apart like this. As Josh says, I guess the procedure probably shouldn't be just take every part out of your ski to put this together. But fishing the steering cable through seems pretty easy. It seems like if you have a buddy to help you, if it gets caught on something at the other end, you just have someone on the other end while you fish it through. Probably the easiest way to go about it. I was looking at the hardware, and there's a little like C-clamp that's supposed to go on right there that I'm missing right now, so I gotta look around and find that before I can really lock it down permanently, but I found this piece, an adapter that fits with the 750 pump that came with this. So yeah, the idea is to find that clip and then I'll lock it down for real and I can move on to doing the next thing. But for now, it's kind of in place. Do future me a favor right now and have a water box that works when I need it. The one I have, I'm not really sure it's the one I started with, but it's the one that I found under the house, or Jacob found. Anyway, if you look at it, you can see that it's loose here. It's going to leak here and here, here, all the rivets and all around the edges. So what I'm going to do is JB weld all of those, and when I've done that before, it's worked out pretty good. I haven't had a water box that's that bad. I've had ones that leak here, and also it seems like sometimes they just get a lot of friction and they'll like break down here or down here. Not that I've had a ton of experience, but I have JB welded 2 of them. So this will be my 3rd. But you could do that to your water box and then you won't have exhaust and water coming into your ski. If you find exhaust coming out the front of your ski in the inside, there's a good chance it's the water box or some kind of linkage between these. So that's what I'm going to do next. Here we go. As you can see, it looks so lovely. Like all my builds, if it isn't minty fresh, I just refuse to use it. So, gonna keep them looking pretty. Hey guys! Look what's going on. I got my little gun here. I am about to silicone this pump, and it fit really tight when I had it shimmed up, but then the drive shaft was off axis, so I had to unshim it, and now it's got a little gap in here. It's not too bad, but tighten it up with some all-purpose 100% silicone. Window, door, attic trim flashing. Sunproof, freeze-proof, flexible. Permanently waterproof. I don't know if this is the right stuff, and I would love it if someone commented and said, oh, you should use this in case I end up having to redo this. But I'm sure it'll go perfect. So here we go. The silicone's going pretty good. It's funny because Jacob does this with his bare hands. So I got this all over my gloves, but I could see how it might just feel better on your bare hands. So I think after I do this, if I switch to bare hands and I really like it, I might even try fiberglass with my bare hands, just like Jacob does. It smells like it's like, you know how some chemicals, like a can of Krylon is nice to smell, and then there's some that are like, wow, this is so poisony. This one, look at you, you're doing it. It smells bad. Josh and I were just talking about something important, how I know a lot of you are worried that here at Jetski Brothers we're becoming a bunch of pretty boys with these beautiful skis, and you can see the workmanship Rob does, and even Jacob's bullet is probably going to look really nice, but I just want you guys to know that we're keeping it true to the Jetski Brothers code on this one, and we're not doing anything about the bottom of this ski. Doing some more silicone, just trying to get it all done while I've got this going. Again, if I'm using the wrong kind, just let me know. I probably won't redo this part because I don't want to go back this far, but I greased it up and put that on. Comment your favorite chemical smell when you're working on your jet ski. So I am putting in the exhaust routing, the water box. You may have remembered that I JB welded this one together. Seems to be holding acceptably. Then I found this one. So I had this in a parts place. So I'm going to use this one instead and not have to worry about it. Anyway, I'm going to put the strap in to hold that down up front and jam this thing in. Add the exhaust routing back to the back and should be good. Oh, there we go. Easy. So I've got the exhaust pretty much in. I mean, it'll need to be stuck to the engine once I'm putting the engine in, but we've got the, like, it goes to the back there, you know, water box in front, all of that. And before I get myself in too deep, I need to attach the, I don't know what it's called, the thing that holds the handle pull on. So I'm gonna put that on next. And I get to use silicone again. I don't really know if you need silicone for this, but I've heard some people say it, and you know, I don't want extra water coming in through there, so just gonna make the most of it. I just finished spray painting this, so it looks slightly better, but not too nice. Don't worry about that. Like I said, easy. Done it a million times. Go ahead and comment on the part that I'm forgetting to put in between these somewhere. That way I'll know for next time. May I never do this again. This should be a fun build, like probably as good as a 550 gets. But if that's your standards, I feel like they're kind of low. Well, maybe kind of low is the wrong thing. Like, I get it that some guys grew up riding 550s, and so they really just want to, like, they're riding nostalgia more than they're, like, riding a 550. And, you know, if that's what you like, that's great. But I guess my first ski was a square nose Superjet, and I think they're fantastic. And now that I've got the 08 Plus, that's like the ski, but I like the blaster with the 1200. It's been a lot of fun. Now that we're just building everything, it kind of feels like, why settle for less?
Action!
Hey, boys.
All right, cut!
Too far, am I right?
Oh, man.
All right, so I'm going to work on my ski some more today. This whole build project is pretty basic, two-stroke put together. Probably a lot of you know how to do this stuff already, and it's pretty easy. But I guess this is for if you're like a beginner and you're working on something or trying to figure out how to work on something. You can see how it all goes together. I'm not like taking apart engines or working electronics or anything that's like broken, but I'm just assembling everything. And I guess the idea is that you see how to assemble it, and if you need to assemble a ski, you can kind of reference it a little bit. So, stuff that I did the other day while after the battery ran out, I got Josh to help me put down the hood seal, and thank goodness for all those hands. I would say that if you're gonna put something down like that, if you can get a bunch of clamps, it'll work out pretty good. If you can get a bunch of hands, that will really help. What I did was I set up the hood latch, and after we like used clamps and all of our hands and some other things to get it in place, we got the hood in place, and then I just latched it down and held it down until the epoxy I put on dried. And then I cut out some hydro turf to put on the back. I just use like newspaper in order to make a stencil, and then just razored it out. And I put contact cement on it, and I put contact cement here, and as you can see, it's not sticky at all, so I'm kind of annoyed about that, but live and learn, I guess. I'm gonna just probably put some wet contact cement on and put that together. Now, do you think it's like, can you just tell me, is my head cut off? Does that look good?
Your head is completely cut off, yes.
Is it like here or where?
Right? Lower?
Well,
right there.
Right
oh,
there.
Up.
Up?
Right there. That's
Okay.
where it cuts.
Do you think that's like a good shot?
No.
Like maybe we could, look, if I take off my coat, then will it be a good shot?
No. Look at the crouch.
I'm working on a thing right now, and it's the wiring. And I just got to this part where I see that this wiring is, oh, I'm gonna show you this. Let me just do it the best way. It's about, it's about that much longer than the handle pull. And basically it has to go through the handle pull, down into the ski, and then probably all the way to the back, based on where the other wiring is. So I'm about to embark on a morally reprehensible journey right here. And I'm gonna cut this wire and extend it and make it so I can use it, because you can either do it right but wait like a long time for the parts to come, or you can be cheap and do it now. So just throw your morals out the window.
Oh, wow.
Was that the message you want to pass along? Alright, I'm working on the morally reprehensible thing right now. I've got this beautiful start-stop switch. I mean, okay, beautiful. But like, it was all pristine. And then it's not long enough for a stand-up ski, so I have to cut it and extend it. And I guess the part that's so wrong about this is we've all purchased that ski, and like it looks so good and you're riding it and then it breaks. And then you go to work on it and you start working on it and you're just like, well, what did they do here? This is wrong. And that's what I'm about to do. I don't like it, but also like there's no way it'll work the way it is. So I'm going to extend all the wires, and should be long enough to use in a stand. Since we're going to do the morally wrong thing, I was going to show you how I like to do it. Like I've been practicing this, but this has come up before. What I'd like to do is try to match the colors of the wires as much as possible. You have this bin of madness to choose from, and I was unable to find a white wire, but otherwise I've color matched them all and I'm putting brown to white, so I'm going to settle for that. And you get them all the same length, and then when you go to cut, I guess you could probably see it here better. When you go to cut it, if you stagger all of your cuts, so like I'm going red longest, then yellow, then black, then white, all of your connectors are going to be at different lengths. So when you go to like tape it up or whatever you decide to do, it's not like you have just one fat spot that you've got to somehow fish through your handle pull. It's like a little bit wider here, a little wider here, a little wider here, and a little wider here, but as a whole it's fairly narrow still, so you can fish it through a handle pull fairly easily still. And we got our shrink wrap and our connectors, so this isn't going to be just some like fold together electrical tape job. Hopefully it'll be kind of nice. I have finished doing the devil's work. As you can see, it looks pretty clean for being kind of a mess. I mean, that's where the clips are. But anyway, I've got a longer cord, and now I'm going to fish it through the handle pull before I put anything on it. I whenever I have to do handle pull stuff, if I have to swap something out, what I like to do is tape a rope to one end and just pull it through with the thing I'm removing, and then I can tape things to the rope and pull it back the other way, or something like this, like that. But this is a, like, there's nothing there yet, so it shouldn't be that encumbered. I'm just going to try to gravity feed it through. And then when I go to pull the steering cable and the throttle cable through, I'm just going to tape them to the other. I'm going to thread this a long way through, and then I'll tape them, and I can actually pull it back a little ways. So I hope that'll make it work easy, but we'll see what really happens. Ta-da! Forget all the taping and messing around. The cables were both so rigid they just pushed right through, so that was nice to not have to do anything weird. Now I'm going to try and attach the handle pole. I've got the spring, which I have had. Sometimes it's annoying and sometimes it's easy to work with, but we'll see how it goes this time. And I've got the pole on. It seems kind of springy. I tightened it pretty tight so that the tension will also help it stay in place, which is nice. I mean, there's not that much weight here yet, but hopefully once I get the bars and stuff on, it'll still be fairly stiff and stable. You gotta, like, you know, romance the camera. Oh yeah. That was pretty Jacob, right? Okay, I got some handlebars put on. I hope I didn't forget something, but we'll see as time goes on. And I put the front end bumper thing on here. So that's great. I should be out in the water with it tomorrow. So I guess if you are stuck inside, then you should watch some more videos. So just click on the next one. Otherwise, go outside and ride or work on your ski.
Guys.